Starkey. Does everyone know what the Hugo Awards are? Basically, they're science fiction's Oscars. Mo was nominated for twice. She's been nominated before, she's nominated again this year.
When I do a lot of conventions, and there was a time that I did a lot of conventions, artwork at a table, at a convention. People come up, they give you $35 and you draw their favorite character. You know, it was a lot of fun. Sometimes I would be there drawing, and invariably, as the day wears on, you got somebody that comes up to you and says, "Did you trace that?" Yeah, you probably do it too long. So, you know, I've got this nice painting, and basically what they're saying to me is, "Did you copy that?" Well, you know, you work really hard, and there's a lot of artwork out there, and there was a thing on NPR that talked about how creativity is taking things from different places and putting them together and coming up with something that's different. It's not so much that it's new, but it's different. It may be old things that get reworked. But they always ask, "Did you trace that?" Well, yeah, yes. Why, yes, I did. I traced that. Next week. It's a little quick. I copy too. If you notice, this is on the left. On the right, your left, is my copy of an N.C. Wyeth cowboy. It's the outlaw at bay. This one is the original, and it was done in 1906. It was done in oils by N.C. Wyeth, to me the god of illustrators, and that's, yes, I copied them. This is my notebook. This is called the Brown Paperback Sketchbook. These are originals here on the side. This is the House of Shaws from Kidnapped at the bottom. And I'm able to do these things because I study other people's work. In my notebook, I have copies I do copies from books such as Adrian Hill's How to Paint and Draw Trees. This is actually a copy from a black and white image that's in there. I also go through and do my own thing. But what I am achieving in these copies is that I am gaining experience. I'm gaining the insight that comes with how they did it, how they observed a particular item. Hence, I wanted to know how N.C. Wyeth achieved that background sky. This is very typical of his Western illustrations that he did. Now the original of mine is only 8.5 wide by 9 inches. His original is over 3 feet tall, and it's in oils. So, you know, it's not really cheating. Here, to give you a little bit of history, something happened in the 13th century, at the end of the 13th century, coming into the 14th to 15th century. This is what happened. Here you'll see how flat the image is. And this was done by, I can't even remember his name. They were just inventing the perspective work. And so everything was manufactured and constructed and this sort of thing. But what happened was there was an introduction in the 1430s of opticals, of lenses. And people were building things like camera obscuras, which were little boxes. And you can start seeing Raphael's image here, the Pope. You can tell that he used lenses by making it in black and white. You immediately see it's almost a photographic effect. Here, this is Velasquez. His students all had to copy his work. In fact, the student that copied the work would add pieces to it that he was trying to work out, work out problems and that sort of thing. So you can see, here's the original, and can we go to the next one? And here's the copy. You can see when now with the help of computers, we're able to take these and move them one on top of the other. We can see that they actually did use opticals, they used lenses, they copied everything. In fact, your large still lifes, if you look at them, the next time you go to this one, Picasso and Braque worked together. They copied each other continuously. They copied each other to the point where they would look at a piece and they couldn't remember which one did it. They couldn't remember because they copied so well. Well, Picasso stopped and he went on a different direction. And Braque, he continued. Copying. Model sheets. You guys all love cartoons? The only reason Sylvester looks like Sylvester is that every artist who is in charge of having to do Sylvester has got to draw him exactly to, it's what they call being on model. If it doesn't look like this, it's not Mickey Mouse. And you do it a lot. And you just, and the way you start out is you trace everything. And then you copy, what they call eyeballing it. And you develop your eye-hand coordination. This is called a camera lucida. This does not do, it's not a projector. What it does is it creates an optical illusion that you look through. And it blends the thing you're drawing with your pencil on your paper. And you're able to kind of trace that outline. But if you move just even a slight bit, it distorts it completely. The camera obscura, tracing papers, light boxing, opaque projectors, these are all tools that artists use to create the work that back in the 1500s, you had a patron, you had to work quickly. They didn't want to sit there. So you brought them in, you used your camera obscura, their image was upside down. In fact, you'll see a lot of people with left hands during this period of time because the images are all reversed. And you just draw them, and they draw them really quickly, and then they would bring in a slave, some other guy, and because they had to stand there, they would draw them. So copying is not wrong. Copying is a true artist. You do that in your notebook, you use it to gain experience, and you use tools to make your art. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maurine.